Hello and welcome to the best of Hindsight Tonight. I'm Damian Muziani, and tonight's theme focuses on our fine feathered friends. Enjoy. Nowadays, when you see images of people wearing masks, you might automatically assume it's COVID-related. But these photos were taken over 20 years ago in China, when people tried to ward off the H5N1 bird flu. With all the vaccines and coronavirus action over the last 4 years, you may have thought that our fevered feathered friends had flown the coop, but
they're back!
Oh yes, reports have confirmed that the birds have returned and are infecting America's dairy cows, which then taint our milk supply. The threat to humans is, of course, very small unless you decide to spend all day hugging and cuddling cows, and who does that kind of thing? Oh, wait, we do. The latest social media trend is bovine bonding, where you pay $75 to hug and cuddle cows to relieve tension and stress, and then get to drive home smelling like a landfill. But state and federal officials have told dairy farmers to limit visits from heifer huggers as much as possible, and they're so sorry for any inconvenience. But what does this mean for the cattle cuddlers? Who or what will they hug now? Other humans? Ew! That's probably how their anxiety got started. They could hug trees. Hey, it worked for the environmentalist baby boomers in the 60s, but trees can't show explicit consent, which we now recognize as the blueprint for harassment. You can't unsee those unconsenting rape trees decorated by human traffickers in Mexico. Like this guy. This is Flacco, a Eurasian eagle owl and one-time inmate at the Central Park Zoo in Manhattan. Someone vandalized his exhibit last year and Flacco escaped. Wildlife conservationists feared he'd be lost and confused, like most residents of New York. But over the past 12 months, he's adapted to metropolitan life and has been spotted and photographed all over the island. Big Applers flocked around Flacco, and their hearts fluttered with love and solidarity for an animal that so clearly reflected their own strong survival instincts, and oh my God, never mind, he's dead. On Friday, Flacco flew right into a building on 89th Street, fell to the sidewalk, and died. That's probably why he should have been tranquilized and returned to captivity instead of being waved at for 12 months. Hey, New York, does Flacco still fit in with that birds of a feather free spirit survival narrative of yours? Actually, we suspect foul play may be involved, but who knows how Flacco could have died? Maybe there's just something in the water. Speaking of old strange things, reports out of the UK say that the king's swan count is down. Yes, that's a thing. Since the mid-1500s, the reigning monarch of England technically owns all wild swans found on the River Thames, and they have been counted annually ever since in a process called swan upping. With more on this report is our British correspondent Duncan Stewart-Clark. Dunk? Hello, Damien, and to all your viewers all over the Hindsight Tonight world. For all the Britons who enjoy giving King Charles the bird these days, even his royal flock have apparently begun to fly the coop. This year's count of young swans is down 40% from last year. No one is sure where all the birds went. They used to be eaten by the royal family and members of high society, but not anymore. They are a protected species, except for those troublesome black swans, which could derisively be called either Harry or Meghan, depending upon your level of bias or family hierarchy. Charles himself might be singing his own swan song as Benjamin Button. He's gone roundabout from a one-time handsome lad and turned into a but as ugly duckling. This ridiculous custom of putting on your best bib and tucker just to harass poultry that never hurt anyone is a tradition most foul, and lacks the one quality that only swans seem to have left: grace. And that's your news. Please give us a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next week with Fresh Hindsight.